And welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages, Jack Gunsky,
Quiz is late.
Moonshock,
Good evening.
Terry Diamantis,
We are crowdfunding a pregnancy test for Quiz to see if that's why he's late.
and being voiced by our own Terry Diamantis, Inquisitor 8.1.
Hello, everybody. I am Inquisitor.
Yeah, so Quiz appears to be a little late, but, I'm sure he'll show up at some point.
Yeah. And
Dude,
BG in chat.
just play over some parts from Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That should serve as quiz.
But BG in chat is saying Quiz is always late, which is true. That's a running joke on Minions whenever he's hosting, is that it's always going to start about 7 or 8 minutes late.
All right. Well, we'll have to start the first article without him.
Oh,
Hooray!
And
I don't know.
And that article would be, Black people are still working themselves to death, and it will not stop anytime soon. Overwork is a vestige of slavery.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
We do it all the time. As black academics and racial justice researchers, we work 7 days a week and way too many hours in the day. The grind never seems to end. We love the work, although it comes with fatigue, also known as racial battle fatigue.
Oh, for
That
God.
seems like an excessive name.
Oh my
that
God.
seems like they're over dramatizing things just a smidge.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can already tell you this person is a bullshit artist, and they know they're a bullshit artist, and they don't do nearly that much with their time to be considered worthwhile.
Well, it took 3 people to make this article. There's 2 co-authors.
Oh boy.
We want to see black students and other black people thrive without structural oppression. These are the reasons we tell ourselves to explain why we work so hard, and to an extent they are true. What we rarely say, but know all too well, is that we work so hard because we must. Like our enslaved ancestors, working oneself to death has unfortunately become our legacy. Our enslaved ancestors were worked no less than an average of 16 hours per day for 6 or 7 days a week, and as a result, many of us have embraced the idea that our hard work, in the traditional sense, serves as a testament to our commitment to succeed.
That explains why they're only 13% of the population. The other 87 work themselves to death. I'm on board. I get this. I'm following along.
What we haven't come to grips with, however, is that this relentless labor often results in premature death. The untimely passing of brother Chadwick Aaron Boseman from colon cancer serves as a lesson on the unreasonable expectations placed on the black body.
Oh,
I have
shut
no idea who this Chadwick guy is.
So first, black people work harder than white people, and now black people get cancer more than white people?
Chadwick Boseman played the Black Panther.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I never saw that, so...
What the shit does that have to do with this at all?
He must have worked so hard on that movie that it just crippled his ass, so his colon said, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Is that what happened to your nipple, Moon? Did you work too hard?
I squeezed it way too much. There was just way too much foreplay, and you know who you can blame on that, of course. But
so Moonshock is black, is what I'm hearing.
Can I just say, why are people still going on about Black Panther? For Christ's sake, it was a mediocre Marvel movie, just like all the other Marvel movies, and for some reason, this has stuck as some sort of bizarre cultural icon, wherein there is a subsect of black people who think that the fictional movie is in some way real.
Wakanda forever.
Stop insulting Wakanda, Jack. Stop it.
Chadwick Boseman was an actor, And while it's very tragic that he died, and I do believe that was a very unfortunate thing, considering his career was just starting out and he was just coming into prominence. He was just a man. He was not literally Black Panther. Wakanda isn't real. None of it
that is hate
real.
speech.
Yeah.
That is hate speech.
Also, he was better in Civil War than he was in Black Panther.
I didn't watch that either. I've seen one Marvel movie and I didn't like it. So.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
Quiz.
Oh my God, he lives.
Hey, there he
Sorry
is.
about that.
You're late. No.
We're just talking about black people getting cancer more than any other race, because cancer is racist, obviously.
Oh. Well,
Well,
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I'll just go back a couple sentences to fill you in.
Oh God.
What we haven't come to grips with, however, is that this relentless labor often results in premature death. They're talking about the labor of black people. The untimely passing of Brother Chadwick Aaron Boseman from colon cancer serves as a lesson on the unreasonable expectations placed on the black body.
Capital B.
Racism gave him colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But, so how are you, Quiz?
I'm doing all right. I thought that cancer gave you cancer, but I'm apparently
No,
under
you've
the
been
wrong
misinformed.
impression. Yeah.
Racism is the cause of everything in the world, and black people can't be racist, and only white people can be racist. So therefore, every single problem in the world is a white person's fault.
Oh,
Can-
That is
okay.
true. That
If
is
cancer gives you
100%
cancer, our
factual.
chat's in trouble.
Well, don't forget, it's also the white man's fault that the Chinese are racist against the black people in their own country. So it's all the white man's fault, no matter how you
Yep.
see it. You know, if there's any
It's
in the
because
world, yeah, go ahead.
no
Terry.
no melanin means no empathy. I learned
Exactly.
that.
Yes. Yeah. So if at any point in the span of human history, any black person has ever been, put in a bad light or made to do more work than they should, that's the white man's fault, regardless of who is in control.
Oh no!
yeah.
I'll put a link to the stream in the side chat, Quiz, so you can be in the chat.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. As two black researchers employed in academia, shocking, we are clear that the new administration in the White House does not necessarily make things better or even less difficult for us.
There is no pleasing you. There's no pleasing you. Literally anything could happen. You could get every single thing that you want in this world, and it still wouldn't be enough. You'd still make more demands. You would still think you were repressed. And the reason we know that is because people with this mindset always start complaining. Look at Oprah Winfrey.
Well,
One of the richest people in the world. She's oppressed.
but also, like, if they got everything they wanted, they just think, hey, this is working. I should ask for more stuff. Like, why wouldn't they? If they got what they wanted, and be like, cool, let's get more. Like everyone, like this isn't just black. Like anyone who is that demanding, regardless of race, if they got their ways, like, well, now I want more.
Yeah, there's no incentive to be kind or compassionate to anyone else when you get your way by being a little shit like Oprah Winfrey is on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is why if somehow reparations were ever passed, I would want it to be like, okay, on one condition, you can never call anything racist again.
I would support that. I would actually support reparations with that caveat.
Well, they take the money and then call stuff racist anyway.
So
What
fine.
are
Then
you
I would
gonna do?
say, here's your reparations. But if you ever say another goddamn thing about racism, then you're asking to kick the fuck out of this country. And then we'll see how fast they keep their how fast they change their tune.
Instead, we are clear that 45's electoral loss only means that overt white supremacist terror is in a brief hibernation phase.
His name is Donald Trump.
No, you can't say that. White supremacy as the isolation, marginalization, and dispossession of black, Latinx, indigenous, and other people of color in thought and action remains front and center.
Terry, I think I know what needs to happen here. People need to start putting in CHINX along instead of
Chinks.
other people of color. They need to put in chinks.
I think
know,
so.
You got black, Latinx, indigenous, chinks, and other people of color.
We need to come up with some sort of acronym that spells niggers, because that is like the new indigenous group. We can go from there.
Also, Moon and I should be called Gingex from now on.
Yes,
Jax.
the new new indigenous group generating extra revenue. There you go.
Gone are the days of a badly tanned sociopathic liar in the office of the president stoking the fire of white supremacy. He's been replaced by an administration resigned to making us serve in the perpetual role of advising those who don't have a clue about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and are more interested in the act of consoling white tears. You heard him, consoling white tears.
Whatever.
Which I think means jacking off. I don't know.
No, that's male tears is semen.
No, semen is racist because it's white.
That's right.
See,
Which is why the
there you go.
Navy is racist. While we applaud the work of those of our comrades who do DEI with intention and integrity, we will not subject ourselves to the death-dealing hamster wheel that demands our breath and bone. We will not serve the powerful at the risk of our well-being.
Well, if you have a choice,
Drama queen. What the fuck?
Yeah, just a bit.
Why is everything? It's everything with these people. It's everything has to be like this broad, flowery language with bullshit words they made up. It's every single thing. Can't they just like live like a person? Like just wake up in the morning and not immediately be clouded with all of this garbage nonsense flying around their brains?
Are you telling me you don't wake up every day triggered as fuck like these people are?
How do you I think my question is, how do you function? How does this person function without exploding? Because
I think
this
that's
person,
just Jack's privilege at play there, Moonshock.
Yeah.
Yeah. The narrative of hard work, self-reliance, and freedom are still hailed as the means to a good life in the United States. Missing from this picture is the idea that, for us, any such success takes place only under the realities of systemic racism, white supremacy, and anti-blackness.
I've been hearing that a lot lately, and I still have not gotten an answer as to what that fucking means is blackness.
Blackness is Satsu's penis. He
Yeah.
actually said that in one episode of Lords of the Night.
but blackness is a function of black bodies.
Yeah, Satsu's. We just said.
Ruth Wilson Gilmore, Ph.D., cautions us to recognize that racism, or the state-sanctioned and or extra-legal production and exploitation of group-differentiated vulnerability to premature death...
Oh my god, what the
Wow.
or SSAOEPAEOGDVTPD for short.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's better.
for short.
Yeah, is foundational to black life in the United States. In a land born from slavery, genocide, and wrongful land appropriation, the harsh realities of state-sanctioned violence, disparities in healthcare, lack of living wage employment, housing insecurity, and lack of quality education position the black body only in relationship to the power of the white elite.
All right, I've got a little challenge. If anybody, I don't know what the other articles are going to be, But for the rest of this stream, if anybody has the wherewithal, if you have some hard alcohol, every time you hear the word black, you take a shot. We'll see how.
Stop saying black bodies. It's so fucking creepy. It's such a creepy phrase. Do you not
But,
hear what it sounds like? Do your ears not function? Does any part of your brain function?
But Zalblay in chat says what I was thinking, which is they did explode right onto the page. I was thinking pretty much the exact same thing. So
That just sounds like someone who wants to keep oppressing black bodies, is what I think.
yeah.
Because the dehumanizing and gratuitous punishment of our bodies has been normalized.
Black bodies?
Who knows? They didn't specify.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Bozeman's death lately is lamented in relationship to his deep commitment to his art. Absent from this analysis is that his untimely passing reminds us that under white supremacy, the black body is often thought of as a source of entertainment, amusement, and spectacle. It's almost like he was an actor or something. Going back centuries, the pattern of mainstream white society was to frequently caricature black people as comical, superstitious, lazy, and dim-witted. As Bozeman intentionally fought these stereotypes through his writing, acting, and directing, his work reminds us that all black people in America remain actors and participants in the ongoing American racial drama.
This whole thing only exists because people like you continue to perpetuate it.
Mainstream white society's relegation of black people to positions that do not command respect translates into a pernicious form of physical and mental exhaustion that debilitates the psyche of black folks. Black folks
Why isn't there an X at the end of folks?
Oh, obviously this was written by a bigot.
Uh-huh.
Black folks deemed as talented get the benefit of being called resilient, gritty, and worthy. We should be asking, worthy to whom? Is it to ourselves, or are we only worthy when we are in service to the white world?
You know, something that's just occurred to me, Terry. Shouldn't black also be BLAX?
Well, maybe, but like what I was going to say is like worthy of worthy when you're in service to the white world. Everyone is only as valuable as their contribution to society. Like that is how worth is determined. That's why some jobs pay more than others. They're more valuable to society.
White society.
Well, we live in one.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Oh, no. They live in a racist society, not a white society.
I saw the Justice League trailer. We live in a society.
Yeah.
Stories lauding Chadwick Boseman's willpower and self-determination ignore the fact that he shouldn't be dead. In the United States, we know that African Americans are more likely to develop colorectal cancer and are also more likely to die from it.
Cancer is racist. Moonshock was right.
Wait, he shouldn't be dead. Are they saying that his cancer was preventable?
Oh, a white man didn't tell anybody about it, and didn't tell him about it either. So,
yeah, if he weren't around white people, he wouldn't have gotten it.
It's his fault he had a white doctor.
How much longer would he have lived if not for the overall stress of racism that impacts black people from the moment we're born?
Oh, shut the fuck up. He didn't die because of white people, you stupid...
Yeah, it says right there. Well, we are not
white people are literally responsible for everything. Everything.
No shit.
You get up in the morning, you have a headache, white people did it. You get up, you go downstairs and your milk went bad, white people made your milk turn bad. You go outside, the weather's poor that day, white people literally get blamed for the weather.
Yeah, because the white weather people on TV, they keep predicting bad weather.
It's going downstairs. That's white people too. I mean, you shouldn't need to go downstairs. Come on.
No.
Yeah, like when you get cancer, the doctor will say, get plenty of rest, stay away from white people, that kind of thing. Let's see. While we are not privy to Bozeman's medical records, he was treated for a disease that usually doesn't appear until much later in life. He was 39 years old when he was diagnosed with a disease that usually appears around age 68.
Yeah, guess what? I'm a fucking white man that had breast cancer. I am in the top 1% of cases. And guess what? I got it, and I'm less than 50 years old. So go fuck yourself, dude.
So this is just lending credibility to my claim that Moonshock is black.
Also, being in the top
I
1,
know.
being in the top 1% is bad, remember?
That's the 1% that you don't want to be in, trust me.
Yeah, so that's your privilege, Moon.
See, I know. I guess my cancer was my white privilege card that finally arrived in the mail.
Yeah. So stop
Fuckers.
waving it around at us.
Oh, you want me to wave something around?
As we celebrate his life and his gift to the world through his art, we must also take heed of the fact that he lived a precarious existence. This moment of racial...
He was fucking rich. He has no precarious...
He was precariously rich.
You know, if you really want to trigger the fuck out of me, find more articles like this piece of shit right here. I mean, I just want to smack the crap out of the author. It's like, you are a fucking idiot. You know, you really are. You and your...
That just sounds like privilege in me.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Very fragile up in here.
Uh-huh.
This moment of racial reckoning and unrest, coupled with a global health pandemic and the realities of racial capitalism.
Wow. Racial reckoning. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't sound insidious at all.
Also,
Also,
I reckon those black guys over there, they them need some colorectal cancer. That's racial reckoning.
It definitely shows that there are some it proves that the people that advocate for this sort of social justice, they're advocating it not for justice. There's nothing social or justice about it. It's about revenge. Mm-hmm. Calling it something like reckoning is extremely telling, and it's not looking good for the author of this.
Coupled with a global health pandemic and the realities of racial capitalism, reminds us that the real work, beyond the demands of the white world, is taking care of ourselves and the folks we love. Where we thank Brother Bozeman for this lesson, we also know he didn't have to die for us to understand it.
Let me remind...
I just hope he's up in heaven going, I didn't? Oh, fuck.
And also, let me remind everybody that never once in the history of mankind has there ever been a successful black society that wasn't already started by white people or other races not of the black variety.
Which is why they need a reckoning.
That is a proven fact. It does no, and we're talking like an advanced society, not fucking mud huts that you can't. I can't get 2 stories over this one because it'll just collapse. You know, it just amazes me that you don't see a record of anywhere of a successful black only society. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. You just don't see it. It's not there. It's nowhere to be found. And I don't want to hear this, what kind of we was kings shit, or, because if we didn't have colonization, we'd have been just fine. Bullshit. You'd be exactly where the people were 2,000 or more years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that sound racist? I don't care. It's the fucking truth.
But they wouldn't have racial capitalism.
Fuck off.
I don't know what the fuck that means. What the fuck does racial capitalism mean?
I don't know, something to do with the white world, I assume.
It means that
I think it's a reference to slavery because, like, black people were considered, objects to be traded.
Yeah, basically.
That's my interpretation of
and
racial
don't forget,
capitalism.
The black dollar is only worth like 0.001 white dollars.
All right, and with the end of the first article comes the first game, which is...
Oh, and praise you for not reading that entire article. I would have fucking murdered myself.
That sounds like a request, Frosted.
Shut up. No, it's not.
Actually, I did read the entire article.
Oh, I saw some parts that you missed, but yeah. Anyway, you don't have to go back and read it. Trust me, we're fine.
Follow Momentum for more opinion pieces on the status of racism in the workplace. There, I read the entire article. All right. So anyway, it's time for our first game, which is what I call Sad Libs. And
My
quiz,
concentration camps.
Yep.
quiz. I don't think you've played this one, where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out one word, and you guys have to fill that in Mad Lib style.
Oh, okay.
And then the chat will vote on. Then the chat will vote on whichever one is best.
Okay.
So, Jack, I need a noun.
A noun. Shit, I'm trying to come up with something good off the top of my head, but I just keep thinking of last week's answer, which was faggot. I want. Can we come back to me?
All right. Moonshock, I need part of the body.
Keeping in line with the last article, I'll have to say the colon, or just like colon.
I was gonna say black. Because we got black bodies.
Body?
Yeah, black bodies, right?
Well, that might.
Am I wrong?
Right.
Okay. Then I know body.
Well,
Part of the body. Body.
All right. So we got body and colon. Terry, I need a place.
I'll stick with Wakanda. We were talking about it, so let's go Wakanda.
concentration camp is a place.
It is, but I figure let's go Wakanda. Keep it topical.
All right. And quiz, I need a noun.
A noun.
Person, place, or thing. There's lots of them.
Yeah, I know.
A person, place, thing, or idea.
Or
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Justice.
Oh dear God. That's
All right. Okay, so start with Jax. If we want to save democracy, let's start with a body tax.
Well,
Black body would have been even better.
Yeah.
A black body tax.
All right, Moonshock. Why little kids can touch my colon, but you absolutely cannot.
Wow.
And for the record, the original one was they can touch my hair.
Oh my God.
Terry, why is the age of consent in Wakanda only 13 years old?
that's all the vibranium. I mean, they need someone to mine it,
Oh.
And quiz, your hate won't get them to wear masks, but justice might.
Justice.
That sounds like something Batman would say.
Yeah.
I would be voting Moonshock if I had a vote.
Little
All right.
kids can touch my colon.
All right,
That article was written by Joe Biden.
and I'm starting the poll. Instructions on how to vote are up on the screen. So vote for whichever one you think is the best.
Yeah, mine's pretty weak this week.
I will admit, I do like why is the age of consent in Wakanda only 13 years old?
It looks like I'm seeing a lot of votes for Moonshock, and justifiably so. I think his is the best.
Oh, and
Make sure you guys you have to put in the exclamation point vote. That all has to be one word. You can't just put in like a letter.
And the original version of Terry's was why is the age of consent in Japan only 13 years old?
Yeah, I thought it would be. And yeah, I agree with Evolved. Mine's good, but Moon's is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, just the way that headline is phrased, I knew that would make for a good one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not really, and you can't really say it's the same as the ass because a colon is inside. So like, you have to put your hand inside someone's ass to touch the colon.
All right. About 10 seconds left.
I think
Looks
it's
like-
overwhelmingly Moonshock.
Oh yeah.
He's got all the votes so far.
Yeah.
All right. And it's complete. And with all of the
Oh,
votes, Moonshock is the winner.
Hell yeah.
Celebratory golf clap for Moonshock.
Well
Yay.
done.
I think getting all of the votes deserves a golf clap.
Yes, they're clapping about kids touching my colon.
All right. And now time for our next article. The cost of being a female consumer.
Oh, doesn't it have black people in it?
Is this going to be pink tax?
The pink tax
yeah.
and how it affects women every day.
Damn, you're good, Terry.
By Katie Jiglin.
Katie's jiggling.
There's something jiggling, all right.
Her last name is JGLN. It's either
Oh my god! Can I
It's
buy
either-
a fucking vowel?
it's either Jiglin or Juglin.
I
Come
think
on,
jiggling is
y'all,
better.
commence the jiggling.
Watch it wiggle, see it jiggle.
Economic discrimination has been a significant focus of gender research studies for the past several decades. And not surprisingly, as in most countries today, there is still a substantial gender pay gap.
No, there's
Mhm.
not. This has been disproven time and time fucking again.
They have gender researchers working on it, Moon. I think they know
Yeah,
what
they
they're
can
talking
research
about.
my ass, but that's not going to make it any worse or any
No,
better.
because they're not
Well,
children.
researching your ass is not children. Yeah, I was gonna say it's.
Yeah. Only children are allowed to touch your colon.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Another important yet frequently overlooked gender-based economic discrimination is gender pricing, often referred to as pink tax.
Frequently overlooked, you say.
Yes, no one ever talks about it.
No, God, no. Especially not this person.
The pink tax is the higher price difference that is paid by women when buying goods or services.
No. They choose consciously to buy something that is of a different color. There is no difference between pink or blue or whatever fucking color there is. They choose to buy the color. It is your choice. You are making that decision. You are paying more because you are stupid.
I think it's clear that
it's not.
society is forcing them.
Oh,
It's
obviously.
not just that. It's their products cost more because they are better. Like the reason that like women's razors, which is one they always bring up, cost more is because they've got like lubricating strips and all fancy things. Like whereas a men's razor is just two pieces of metal in a plastic thing. Like,
Yeah.
of course the women's one costs more.
You ever see those women's razors with like the fucking bar of soap on the thing?
Oh, yeah.
But
And the,
she-
the heads are like 3 inches wide because I got so much shit on them.
That
And-
that ain't a men's razor, bitch.
And Mr. Dax is right. Pink plastic does cost more than blue. That's just
Yeah.
the dyes. The dyes involved are a lot more expensive if you want pink as opposed to blue.
That's
There you
true.
go.
Unfortunately, many people are still not aware of it, as they never bother to compare the prices of goods and services for both women and men. But if you're a woman who buys women's products like personal care items and clothing, it's likely you are indeed paying the pink tax. So what are the reasons behind the pink tax, and what implications
Stupidity.
does it have?
Yeah, stupidity.
General ignorance.
Gender-based disparities in the cost of products and services exist in many countries and many industries. The pink tax applies to items that span a woman's entire life, from girls' toys and
Wait.
school uniforms to canes, braces, and adult diapers.
Wait. Can I just say I have a feeling I know who's to blame for all of this?
Patriarchy,
Mm.
obviously.
White
Wait,
people?
wait, white men, white people, white men.
No,
White
not white.
people?
Just men.
Just
No,
men,
wait,
dude.
just men.
No. White people too, because remember, this is the progressive stack we're talking about. You have to pair these features up. She is going to talk about race at some point in this article. I can guarantee it.
Able-bodied, cisgendered white men.
You know,
I don't-
you mentioned this one mentions the word cane, and I'm just channeling the whole Malaysia when they pay more to cane the girls? They have to fucking spend more money on the cane.
They get the pink cane to smack them.
Exactly.
My question is now I'm starting to wonder, people get degrees in this. How do you need a degree in this? This could be all explained to someone in a 6-hour seminar at tops. The whole progressive stack bullshit could be explained to someone in only a few days. Why on earth do you need a degree to get this sort of miseducation? You should be able to get this miseducation for only a few $100s. Not $100,000.
And I don't believe the cane part because I'm sure that pimp canes are really expensive, and those are for men. And it also arises in services like haircuts or dry cleaning. One study conducted by the U.S. Government Accountability Office analyzed 10 personal care product categories, e.g. deodorants and shaving products, and their average retail prices. The study found that prices were significantly higher for women's products than for men's in 5 categories. In 2 categories, shaving gel and non-disposable razors, men's versions sold at a significantly higher price.
How much is significant? Are we talking 50 cents more? Are we talking dollars and dollars more?
The question always comes back to, for me, why don't you just buy the men's product then? If they're identical, buy the men's one. And then they'll say, oh no, but it doesn't do this thing I want it to do. Well, that's why it costs more. It does that thing.
But why is the target gender for a product a significant factor contributing to price differences?
It's not.
Gender-related price differences are most likely due to gender bias or other factors, such as different manufacturing or advertising costs.
So they admit that it costs more to manufacture. Like, it's right there. They admit it.
Brands sometimes do differentiate their products to appeal separately to men and women by slightly altering product attributes like color or scent. But could this explain a price difference?
Well, let's see. If you're adding a scent to something, yeah, you damn fucking right you're going to be paying more. Men don't need fucking floral scents for their fucking razors. Men don't need this high-end, hey, look, I'm special. I got curly cues and shit all over this. And this is not to say that it's a bad thing to be a woman, of course. I'm just saying they choose to buy the stuff.
It's a bad thing.
I don't want to hear you
woman.
bitching.
Don't be a woman, people. It's just
true.
a bad idea.
Yeah, don't be a woman, guys. Being a woman is so horrible and so difficult, especially if you're a black woman.
Why would you choose to be oppressed? Just be a man.
Yeah.
So if you're a woman of color, does that mean that you're a walk?
Yep.
Yes. The study analyzing personal care products stated that products differentiated by gender might be priced differently because men and women have different demands or willingness to pay for these product attributes.
Ding, ding, ding. You just said it right there. Willingness. Right there.
Indeed.
Mr. Jack says, speak for yourself. I want to flower some of my balls after I shave them.
Which is why I just take off my pants and walk through a meadow.
All the wildflowers.
That's the oh god, what's his name? The gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, it's the Russell Crowe method.
Yeah. You just go around teabagging flowers.
Hopefully, there's no bee there.
That's my tip of the day. Is if you want your balls to smell nice.
Tip of the day.
I see what you did there.
Go around teabagging flowers.
Boo.
Indeed, that could be true since women tend to spend more on personal care items, for instance. But should higher spending on a particular consumer good category justify price discrimination? Is this ethical and fair?
It
If you
does,
find
it
the
runs-
same
Buy,
thing,
buy
yes,
the men's product. If they're the same thing, just buy the men's product. If they're not the same thing, then quit bitching about it, you dumb cunt.
Go ahead, Terry.
no, I'm fine.
See, that's what I loved about this article when I checked it out, is that they come so close to actually realizing the reason, but then they just go right back to discrimination.
That or they know exactly that they've got the point made, yet they have to keep deflecting on it. Like, oh, well, see, this is what I'm justifying my point as.
While studies haven't estimated the pink tax's long-term cost, it's clear that women
Zero.
will generally pay thousands more than men for services and products over a lifetime.
Ooh, a whopping thousands, huh? Ooh.
Axe the Pink Tax estimates that pink tax has cost an average 30-year-old woman in the U.S. more than $40,000.
Over the course of a lifetime, divide 40,000 by 30, and you're not going to see that much.
Let's see. That's a large enough amount to start taking this issue seriously. Another study, conducted by the New York City Department of Consumer Affairs, analyzed 800 consumer products with clear male and female versions from more than 90 brands sold at 24 New York City retailers, both online and in stores. The key finding was that, on average, products for women cost 7% more than similar products for men. And women's products were priced higher 42% of the time.
But again, they're leaving out the point. Sorry, go ahead, Terry. I'm not going to speak over Brad.
But does that mean that men's were more expensive 58% of the time?
Well, they already admitted the fact that men's like shaving cream and so on and so forth is more expensive than women's.
Yeah, so if women's is more expensive 42% of the time, what's the other 58?
That's not important, Terry.
I would just like to just point something out. Brief tangent for a moment. I saw in the article it says axe the pink tax, even though it's spelled AX. The verb, if you were to use the verb,
AXE,
it would be AXE. And then I decided, just to make sure I didn't make a fool of myself, I Googled the definition to make sure I wasn't wrong. And then I saw under AX that it is defined as a quote non-standard form of ask.
Yeah.
Axe the pink tax, huh? I gotta go axe that pink tax a question.
Let me go axe it. Let me
Well, you
axe
see-
you a question.
Well, you see, because they're women, they get 33% less of the word.
Ah,
So does that mean if
Makes
you
sense.
wax something, it's a woman that's asking a question? So
Yes.
if you axe a question, that's you're asking. But if it's a wax, it's a woman asking a question.
Yes.
And
They
and
made
it turns
the
out it turns out Lizzie
pronunciation.
Borden just had a lot of questions.
They made a mispronunciation of the word, a real word. Rome is falling, folks.
Oh, it's fallen. It's like underneath a gigantic layer of sediment already, dude.
Regarding product categories, the study found that personal care products cost 13% more, adult clothing and senior home health care products 8% more, and toys and accessories 4% more than similar products for men. It is clear
Does
that
that
retail...
have fuck all to do with male versus female stuff? Whatever. Continue.
It is clear that retailers and brands' choices, perhaps often done out of habit, result in a more significant financial burden for female consumers than for their male counterparts.
Yet somehow you find the courage to go on living.
Women have expensive tastes. That's all I've learnt from this article.
Exactly. That's all this is saying, is that we pay more because reasons.
And what makes them have expensive tastes? White society. Misleading people by pricing the same products differently is a matter of both gender equality and consumer protection. The legality of gender-based price discrimination has been of debate in the United States and European Union since the 1990s. Besides the evident financial impact it has on female consumers, it also reinforces negative stereotypes about women and men.
No, you are reinforcing stereotypes about women and men, not anybody else. You.
The fact that they used the word debate is pretty telling. You would think that if this is so obvious that they're making these claims apropos of nothing, that they would say something like issue. Word usage has a very important meaning, and the fact that they said that it's a debate, I think, means that they've conceded part of the argument.
Well, maybe they're just fans of Kamala Harris. It
I was
was
gonna
a
say
debate.
she's ruined that entire word. I was like, it was a debate. Shut up, bitch.
If I ever see the author, I'll ask her about it.
Yes.
Frosty, don't make me bitch slap you.
Jack's gonna have to smack a bitch.
Don't make me smack a bitch.
It's
Wait!
20
Don't you mean smacks a bitch? You have to smacks a bitch.
It's 2021. It's current year. Believing that
year.
yeah, believing that pink is for girls and blue is for boys is outdated. After all, not that long time ago. Not that long a time ago, I think they meant.
Well, apparently, not that long ago, you actually learned how to speak English.
I was gonna say not that long ago is what it means.
Pink was the color for boys, and it wasn't until the 1940s when the sex-specific clothing for children became widely popularized.
Well, first of all, they spelled color wrong, and second of all, when the fuck have I ever seen a boy like the color pink over blue? Ever. Unless they were a complete
they spelled
fruit.
color perfectly, so just
No.
That's Kalour. Thank you very much. Kolour.
Kalour, actually.
Kalour.
It sounds like the New York pronunciation of Kahlua.
No, because last I knew, color is Color. I mean, you don't see the word or being O-U-R, or.
Hey, could I get a glass of Kahlua?
Can I get a glass of Color, man?
see, Evolved understands. Evolved has it right. It's spelled Colour.
No.
We also don't use the Queen's English.
I'm gonna have
the
to.
British are taking the language from God's people, and Britain is the is the Antichrist, and Australia is was a jail for Britain. So
On the U debate, I'm gonna say axe for doubt.
Yeah, Terry, you've adopted the language of your oppressors.
Yeah. Isn't it about time you
That's a good point.
decolonize?
That's a really good point.
Decolonize your language.
I am a coon. I am all up in the seeking favor from my oppressors. So I will continue.
Would that be coon spelled C-O-U-N?
No, it's C-O-O-N. It's C-O-O-N, but it's a type of cheese.
Yes. Well, no, it's not anymore.
Not anymore. I know. The pussy's changed it.
He's an
Wait, what?
Did you not know about this? There was a brand. Yeah, there was a brand of cheese in Australia called Coon, C-O-O-N. But the social justice has axed the Coon cheese brand.
Yes.
What did they axe?
What did they axe?
Did they axe the right question?
Apparently they did. Yeah.
It's not question. It's catching. Did they axe the right catching?
Catching.
No, Terry is clearly an Australian Uncle Tom, which is called an Uncle Bruce.
That's right.
Is an Uncle Tom spelled with a U?
No, it's T-O-U-M. T-O-U-M.
Well, Bruce has a U, so it works out.
Oh yeah. That's a good point.
The ideal consumer world would be a utopia in which gender products don't exist anymore. For now,
Stop
only
buying them.
No, that's impossible, Terry. For now, only a handful of countries and some states have implemented regulations aimed at reducing the amount of gender price discrimination. In recent years,
Wait. I just realized that the word country is C-O-U. Shouldn't that be C-U-N-T-R-I-S? Countries? Get rid of the O?
Sure, why not?
well, then it's misogynistic.
It's
Isn't it?
Well, I
Isn't
mean,
it?
everyone refers to countries and boats for that matter as women. So yeah, I mean,
But all that's going to happen is if you pass a law saying you cannot have different prices for men and women, they're only going to release the men's version. They'll just say, "Well, we can't profit off of a female version if we have to sell it at the men's price, so we'll just sell the male product."
What they'll do is they'll sell gender neutral packaging, except that they'll still be the men's product and the female product. And the women will still buy the female product, despite the fact that it's not labeled as female product.
Or just make everything pink, and then they'll have nothing to bitch about.
Isn't it strange how all of their solution to all of this is to get rid of gender? I mean, isn't it strange how all of these totally different social issues all seem to have overlapping progressive platforms? How all of the solutions seem to solve all the other problems that progressives have come up with.
Stop.
Like, oh well, we're having a pandemic. I know what the solution to that is: socialism. It's the same thing always. They always look for the most ridiculous progressive ideology to solve all of the world's problems. They don't have any practical knowledge in their minds. They don't have any practical solutions. They just know how to shoehorn in all of their ideals, which is why we currently have a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus that just passed, even though it has nothing that will fix the economy.
Hey, those gender studies in Pakistan need funding.
And there needs to be a lot of money going to San Francisco, just out of coincidence.
Yeah.
In recent years, courts in California, Florida, Pennsylvania, Iowa, and Maryland have consistently ruled against gender-based pricing in public venues, such as nightclubs and bars. Don't those give a better price for women?
Usually.
What kind of nightclub or bar charges women more?
Yeah, I mean,
one that doesn't want to stay
women
in
get in
business.
free most of the time, don't they? It's like
Yeah.
they want women in there so that the men will spend money on them.
No, the ugly women have to pay to get in. That's the point.
That is very true, actually. But
Yeah, can we get an ugly tax?
There you go.
ugly tax. We have to tax the beautiful people to subsidize the ugly ones.
the ugly tax is the fact that you got to take your ugly friend Becky along with, and that makes you more desirable at the end of the night. But that means that Becky's left trying to cock block you. So that's the reason why guys need to bring their overly drunk friends with the beer goggles to be able to fuck Becky. It's a whole ecosystem, man. It's a whole ecosystem.
And then Becky got raped.
Hashtag fuck Becky.
Oh.
Or
No.
the Becky tax.
In the UK, there's been a rise in gender-neutral hair salons and charge based on the work they do, not the person's gender. But we are still a long way to go. Hopefully the biggest consumer brands will pick up on this trend soon enough.
Wait a second. They already do that. The work they do, not the gender. Yeah, go in to a barber and ask for, just a trim and buzz up the sides and back. Like a man.
Mm-hmm.
And pay $10. But no, you want the shampoo, you want the conditioner, you want your highlights, you want your blah. You're going to pay more for your fucking haircut because you want all of this extra shit. Men don't. That's why you're paying more.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure it's sexism.
I wonder if you were to go to the men and ask the men for like, because there are men who have their hair in like fancy ways. I mean, not necessarily like women, but they do have them in much more complex than the traditional haircut.
No,
You
James
just
Charles
call
just
them
shaved
gay
his
people.
head, Jack.
What?
James Charles just shaved his head, Jack.
Uh,
And who's
No,
James
you
Charles?
can just call them gay people. You don't need this long description.
he's a homo.
Oh, that James
I
Charles.
have much respect for gay people. I have little respect for James Charles.
Yes.
All right. And with the end of that article, it's time for our second game, which is what I call Poe or No. And in this one, I'll read 3 article headlines, 2 of which are from Medium and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. All right, so A white former foster kid confronting her privilege. B, white people took Karen from us. Who's surprised? And C, how the patriarchy invented the bikini.
Okay, B is definitely real.
And I'm
I
starting
think A is made up.
starting
C
the
sounds-
poll.
C sounds real as well. I'm gonna say A is fake.
Starting the poll so people in the chat can vote on which they think is fake. Right.
I'm gonna vote C for no particular reason.
Fair enough.
And yes, Evolved, I am evil. Well, I'm not evil, I'm more chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
All right, so Jack says C, Moon.
I said that A is fake.
All right, A, Terry.
I went A as well.
All right, Quiz.
C is fake.
Yeah, all right. So I'll just give a little time for the poll to conclude.
A doesn't sound like a Medium article. It sounds like a title to a video. Doesn't it sound more like a video title? Because it sounds like, oh well, we got this footage of this white former foster kid confronting her privilege.
I suppose. Let's see. In the poll, C is in the lead, with B
Barely.
close behind.
Also, I hope that A is fake, even though I voted C. I hope A is fake because that would be fucking unreal.
Quiz, you cheater. You voted.
Huh?
Quiz voted on the C.
Should.
Not allowed. Participants are not allowed to participate in the games.
All right.
And he's what put C over the top too.
just the autistic way I said that. You're not allowed to participate in the game.
Well, no, I just know it's coming from a place of genuine frustration with you, Jack.
All right.
Ain't that
So
the fucking truth.
it looks like the chat chose C, and the fake article headline is B.
Oh,
Huh.
Really?
Really?
That's right.
we made it up. We got you.
And I'd like to thank the patriarchy for inventing the bikini.
Yes. That's part of where our checks went.
All right, and now it's time for our third article.
Oh God.
I just imagined like one of those old-timey videos that the government used to produce. Male scientists all over the world are busy using the patriarchy tax dollars you spend developing the next innovation in revealing women's clothing.
Thank you,
What?
Frosted. I already
Godspeed.
I already want to punch myself right in the fucking nuts just reading this goddamn title.
Why white people's use of the word cracker is so dangerous.
Who what white man is what white person is using cracker?
I have yet to ever hear a white person refer to another white person as cracker. Hey,
I'll
what's
tell
going on, cracker?
I'll tell you
Cracker,
what
please.
I'll tell you what white person is using cracker. It's Dr. Ted Nelson.
Dr. Ted Nelson, he wants his fucking crackers, man.
I know what this is about. This person is about to complain that white people come back at you can't say nigger with, well, you use the word cracker, and this person is going to complain that shouldn't be allowed as an argument, and if you use that as an argument, then you should be lynched.
And I also want to know why this picture has a woman who obviously got punched right in the fucking face because she's got a nosebleed. Why does that have anything to do with her?
She obviously had it coming. She's white.
Yeah.
Look at how she's dressed.
Oh,
No, she's not wearing purple. She's not wearing purple.
I mean, she's not only is she white, but she's dressed in white.
Ah, that's a double death right there, man.
Yeah, double dipping.
When I was growing up, I remember asking people what the racist slur equivalent was to the N-word. Naturally, I was surrounded by white people in my life who told me that cracker was the symmetrical term I was asking about. I started looking out during school for when white kids got called this name, but always wondered how it was offensive. Why would being called the name of a small brick of carbohydrates force you into any sort of offended mood or angry trance?
Okay, to translate, Terry, she means biscuit.
Okay.
And Dax said that woman is free bleeding out of her nose.
Boy, I thought they called cookies biscuits.
They do. I don't fucking know.
Let's just call everything chips. Let's just call everything chips.
Yeah, that's one thing that I learned from far. Yes, Australians do call everything chips, literally everything chips. But no, the saltine crackers on Australia, because Far was showing me like some saltine crackers she got on a flight to the U.S. and they were called biscuits.
Yeah. No, I would call that a biscuit.
How the hell do you people communicate?
I don't know, but I like small brick of carbohydrates. That works for everything.
Man, this bitch is just gonna. This is all just another big black people can't be racist thing. That's all this is. It's just another tired rehashing. Black people, by definition, can't be racist because we invented the definition and therefore. Or sorry, we changed the definition so it can no longer be the case.
Jack, white people invented slavery, so obviously, yeah. So
yeah,
that's a good point.
See,
bigoted slurs can surely hold weight only if they come with a history of hatred and evidence of using them for abuse.
No, that is not true.
I tried to
No, there was a song that College Humor put out where they're saying all these words that are almost like racial slurs, but not quite, like niggardly or a chink in the armor sort of thing. And at the end, they say anything can be offensive if you say it with the right tone. And then they go on to have a whole bunch of nonsense words, but they say them as if they're slurs and they sound, nasty. You don't need a history. You can say, tubo is a slur if you call it someone.
How dare you?
In a derogatory way.
I mean, I could see that being an Australian slur.
So are you telling me that there's not a little Chinese person running around in my suit of armor that's fixing it whenever a crack forms?
I wish.
Oh.
Well, there was that one. It's called like the Masked Singer or something like that. There was the one tweet with the Asian dude in a knight's armor, and they tweeted out, "There's a trick in my armor," and they immediately had to delete the tweet.
Oh man! That's a shame because that's perfect.
Wow.
I thought it was funny. But then again, I have a really, really morbid sense of humor. So
I like the joke that what's his name, Jeremy Clarkson, got in trouble for because there was a bridge in Thailand, and he said it's all right, but there's a slope on it because there was like a Thai guy walking across the bridge.
I didn't even know slope was a slur.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
I've heard of slant, but not slope.
It's another anti-Asian
Yeah.
epithet.
And
Let's see. I tried to research the ramifications of this term throughout history and found a mixed bag of results. It seems that
Ramification, that's a big word.
It seems that poor white folks may have been called this slur back in the 1700s, when they were whipping their livestock along with them on their journey from land to land. Cracker must refer to the crack of a whip, and the term was intended to be derogatory towards the lack of home for these men and women.
No, it clearly refers to saltine crackers because white people like crackers. So they like saltines.
Yeah.
They're delicious. They're good
Another
in soups, damn it.
Another similar
I want to know how the Cracker Barrel keeps getting away with it. Obviously, it's a racist.
no, they did get in trouble. Didn't you hear about it? Their logo was like accused of having a whip on it.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah, like there was like the word Cracker Barrel, and from the R there was like a pattern, like to form the outline of the logo, and they said that's clearly a whip. And they even said a Cracker Barrel was where slave owners put their whips, like in the general store, to be purchased. Is like that's what a Cracker Barrel is.
I just had the funniest funniest idea just run through my head. So you know those candy or the little the you know what the Cracker Jacks are? Can you imagine switching Cracker out with Cracker out with niggers? Like, this candy's called Nigger Jack. Or if the sailor kid had a whip in his hand.
And Mr. Dax is saying honky is a band in chat. You can't say it.
What?
Wow, that's a shame.
Honky, please.
Must be referring to Biden in his presidency, you know, because honk honk.
Maybe. No, maybe it is a spillover from when honk was banned.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The whole
Well,
clown thing. Yeah.
Maybe we should just call it HONX, just honks.
Yeah.
Honks.
Another similar definition may reference the cracking of the slave whip that abused the black slaves during the pre-Civil War era in the United States.
I guarantee you that there were other slaves across the world too.
Yes.
I have a feeling that there were other slaves across the world that aren't just black that are also getting hit by whips too. So
Nope,
it's not
didn't
just
happen.
one- Oh, I know.
Slavery only ever happened in the U.S.
And
just
to black
And to
people.
black people.
I'm just thinking of that part in Batman vs. Superman, you know. If there's even a 1% chance that this was used for slavery, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
No.
Once again, it stuck much easier to rural white people in this area in the aftermath of the emancipation. Why then did it...
I hold on. If I recall correctly, is it not true that Lincoln had intentionally planned on putting them back on ships? Like, hey, I will free them, but I want to free them to go back to Africa. Wasn't that one of his little goals as far as emancipating them goes? Or am I completely off base here?
Why is it got to be emancipation, Moonshock?
Womancipation.
Womancipation.
It's EMXipation.
There you go.
Emscapation.
Precipitation. Why then did it become an umbrella term to refer to all white people if it represents more of a classist discrimination?
Because white people are racist.
What would someone in the Northwest, like me, know about being offended by a name that is supposed to describe poor whites in the South?
Well, because if you're in the Northwest and you live in Portland, then you're one of those fucking idiots that like to protest and destroy your own city, so fuck you.
It all lies in the inferiority complex of white people who just so much desire to be discriminated against in the same way people of color have been for centuries.
No, they haven't. It's not just a people of color thing. Shut their fucking mouth. Oh my god. Why did you? This is like the second of the 2 out of 3 of your fucking articles just make me want to bash my head against a fucking wall.
I
So
think
now,
that might be
then it
deliberate.
can become a wall of color.
I
No,
think that
that-
might be deliberate.
A walk?
No, of course not. There is no history of the
Normally people make stir fry in those, but you know.
There is no history of the epithet being used against any white people in the non-southern parts of the United States, yet it was encouraged by white people in these urban areas as the equivalent to an actual hurtful slur, just so they can claim reverse racism.
I will have you know, I live further south than any American in the United States. So I have so much claim to the word cracker, it's crazy.
Look, this person also needs to realize that there's no such thing as reverse racism. It's just racism.
Just racism. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Without the baggage of heavy historical connotations behind bigotry, there is no claim that a word is racist or prejudiced. Pushing a fault.
There needs not be a history of bigotry. There just needs to be bigotry.
Yep.
And you're proving that you are a bigot against white people at this point.
And I think this person actually is white, aren't they?
That's like an RPG. A slur, gains XP over time,
Wow.
and they level
I'm
up to
surprised
become
it's still
more
a-
offensive.
I'm surprised they're still allowed to sell Slurpees because clearly there's got slur right there in the name.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Slurpees are racist.
Yeah.
Well, plus, what's the most popular one you see? It's red, and that goes against the Native Americans. So, see, Slurpees are racist.
That's why Johnny and Camel aren't on this stream.
Yeah.
And they cry every time. That one little tear.
A single tear whenever they see garbage.
Doubly so if it's a Slurpee cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
And triply so if it's something that can be recycled.
Pushing a false equivalency between the N-word and the term cracker is just another way for whites to lessen the horrifying effect of the former word.
Okay, wait. So if you can say the word cracker, you can't say the N-word. Doesn't that mean that you're intentionally making light of one word over the other? That you're intentionally give it a darker tone than the other?
But in fairness, we don't know which N-word she's talking about. She never specifies.
Oh, that's true.
Here's the thing that bothers me. This person uses the phrase false equivalency.
Mm-hmm.
Words are words. They are the same by the token that they are both words. They're just words. That's it.
Did you just say
They're just
token?
words.
Yes,
I did.
Token words, dude? No, you can't say that.
Oh.
How
Never learn.
how is it not equivalent? What is your case for it being not equivalent? And if you say that bad things happened to black people in the past, I'm going to say that is not the case for it not being an equivalent.
No. Black people are the only people who've ever had anything bad happen to them. Read the history books, Jack. It's written there.
Yeah.
Ironically in black and white.
Clearly.
Bad things happened to black people in the past. Therefore, bad things have always happened to black people. Therefore,
Correct.
bad things are happening to black people right now. Right now.
Still correct. Yes. Now you understand. I'm glad we got you on board.
Just, oh God, I want off this fucking ride.
There does not need to be a similar word for the N-word, because there is absolutely no such thing. Yes, white people can be discriminated against, and they can receive personal threats or prejudices on an individual, case-by-case basis. Yet there is certainly no way to quantify an equivalent hate word to the N-word, though. Without the abuse and horrors of such events as slavery and Jim Crow happenings in our past...
Sorry.
Slavery makes Jack laugh.
No, Jim Crow.
It's just how quickly I was proven right that just made me. It almost makes me happy now. Whenever I'm proven right, about how these people are just such unbearable assholes that they will resort to the same stupid arguments over and fucking over without fail.
Well, and didn't this whole N-word thing come to pass when the actor that does Kramer actually said that in the audience, like, he's a nigger, he's a nigger. Yeah. I mean, isn't that when this all started? Everything turned into the N-word, whereas before nobody was afraid to say it.
No, I don't know if that started it, but that sort of because that
Jump-started
ruined his career. Like the fact that he said that basically,
destroyed him.
killed it for him. So
Yeah.
it was never okay to say. It was just it's been made into a bigger thing than it used to be.
Yeah, that's the scarlet letter of racial epithets.
White people should realize that name-calling from others holds no weight or pain for us. White people must stop coming up with ways to victimize themselves. Getting offended by faux slurs is a big part of that process.
What do you think you're doing?
I was going to say, do white people are victimizing themselves? Ooh, go look in a mirror, bitch. Seriously.
Doctorate of feminism, heal thyself.
Yeah, but she has the history of slavery and everything, remember? So it's not the same.
Oh, is it a guy? Sean something?
I don't know.
Sean Labe? Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. A dipshit, I would say. So is that a white dude or is that a black dude in that picture?
Let's see.
Because if that's a white dude, then with a picture of a woman with a bloody nose means that bitch didn't do what she was told, so I had to punch her.
Well, didn't he say that he was white in the article?
Maybe it's like Sean King, where he's white, but he doesn't.
He pretends to be black. Yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll find a picture or a better picture of the guy.
Definitive ranking of episodes of Breaking Bad. Oh no, the article that was up on the screen for a second was like ranking all the episodes of Breaking Bad.
All right.
Topical.
And now it's time for the last game of the night, which is for the chat only. And that is the caption contest.
Jack.
Chat only.
Jack.
Hey,
yes.
You already cheated once today, Quiz.
It's for the chat only, along with me, Moon, Terry, and Quiz.
Bitch ass bitch motherfucker.
Not only did Quiz cheat, Quiz cheating changed the audience poll to the wrong answer because it was tied between B and C, and then he pushed it over the line to C, and that was the wrong answer. So Quiz sabotaged the audience, is what I'm saying.
That's hate facts.
I
won't stand for it.
Are you questioning the results of an election, Terry?
That'll get you like booted right off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
that just sounds fascist to me. All right.
Quiz's district voted in record numbers.
And this is where I show a photo of a political figure or event, and the people in the chat have to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we think is best, I'll tweet out after the show.
Oh yeah, Sean Lieb is a white dude.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, fuck him.
Either
way, I don't care if he's white or black. Fuck him.
And I believe this is Biden right after signing the stimulus thing, but it just looks so patronizing the way that Kamala is clapping at him.
It was a debate.
Hooray! I made a poopy.
And it was this big.
All right. So
actually, you could with the way that his hands are posed, you can actually easily Photoshop an axe in his hand. It's like he's gonna go after fucking Kamala for like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was thinking a paddle, like he's rowing.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
thinking.
I like the axe one better. I mean,
Yeah,
Actually-
the next one is better. I'm just saying that's what when I saw the picture, that's what my mind went to was a paddle.
Actually, I'm just thinking one of those like big, colorful lollipops, like he just came back from the fair. Yeah.
This
Or
is what
visiting
I
Oz.
won.
Let's see. Cannibalistic wizard with so she's my slave now, right? Sure, Joe. Sure.
BG says only 2 more years to deal with his senile ass.
I think it would be great if Dante's "I'll stay out of this one since I won the last one" was an actual caption.
And we're teaching a C word.
I almost feel compelled to vote for it, Terry, on that very basis.
I like Dax's N-word teaching a C word how to clap in rhythm.
But the N word is also a C word. Like she's both.
Exactly.
She's not
Yeah.
teaching herself.
That's
not
not
how you
up.
hold the light.
Ken Lee, that's not how you hold a lightsaber, Joe.
One more and you get a cookie.
Yeah, you should be holding either a big lollipop or a balloon.
He'll be that creep that always has that red balloon with him, like in Scrubs. You remember that episode? So it was like some white, or not white, some guy that was trolling somebody else and said if you show up this place with a red balloon, then he turned out to be like a pedophile or some sort. He was pretty disgusting.
I'm just imagining I'm holding a child.
All right, I'll give it about 30 more seconds. So if you got any other captions, type them now.
I think I'm probably leaning towards Potato's last one, the one more and you get a cookie. Unless we're going to do the troll vote and go for Dante. Because I'm happy to troll vote for Dante, but only if everyone else is going to do it too.
Oh,
I'll hold off on the troll vote for an even better one.
I rode the
Because I-
stair lift up all by myself.
Yeah, I did it. Clap for me, all you poor people. Corn Pop Sister is clapping for me. All right.
Dante, you don't get to abuse the corn pop vote like that.
All right, and I think I'll call time there. Let's see. Nope. All right, I'll allow this one from Ken Lee since it was just as I was saying that. Any questions, and I'll punch you. Good, sink yourself. I think I might have to go with the stair lift one.
I missed that one. Hold on. Oh,
It's
So
toward the
Mr.
end.
Dax said, and I rode the stair lift up all by myself. That was the one Froster's referring to.
I kind of like potatoes.
Me too.
The cookie one.
Yes.
Cookie is a funny word.
And also the best host on Jackbox.
That's hey.
Cookie Masterson.
Okay, so Moon and Quiz. What about you guys?
I think I'll go with the cookie one. I like that one.
I kind of like Ken Lee's last one here. Any questions? I'll punch you. Good. Sink yourself.
All right. Well, looks like Potato won. So I'll just copy that down and post it after the show.
Oh wait, we got to make sure is all potato white though? Because if not, I have to change my vote. See, because white people are right. See?
Oh, the train is coming for him.
Oh no!
Whose is that on anyway? Whose train is that?
That was mine.
It's
Okay.
it's Frosted's train.
Yes. I will not say where it's going, though.
It sounds like Quiz is doing a Kavanaugh and running a train. So
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. And now it's time for the last article of the night. Batman is the kind of wealth propaganda that leads to oppression.
hey,
What?
This is another one of those goddamn white versus black articles.
He represents the problem, not the solution.
By Walter Ryan.
He's a fictional fucking character.
How? Wait, hold on. What billionaires in reality are vigilantes? Like, show
Elon
me
Musk.
proof.
Elon
Musk.
Musk, yeah.
Elon Musk ain't a vigilante, putting on fucking tights, going out, beating up people.
Well, he ain't doing that, but he has had some run-ins with government agencies. I will say that much.
He got stoned with Joe Rogan. That's the same thing.
Oh,
Not Batman though. Although, wouldn't it be fucking awesome if he was?
America is built on the mythology of billionaires, and it's bizarre to witness. Working class people living in dirt floor shacks built from corrugated metal will violently oppose a 1% tax hike on corporations because of some delusional impulse to protect an imaginary fortune they'll never possess.
What the hell are you talking about? Who's like that? Who acts like that?
Oh,
No one acts like that.
There are corrugated metal houses all over the United States.
You made up a fictional position from a fictional person to prove a point that doesn't exist.
Well, it makes sense. No, it makes sense that their example is fictional, given that the enemy is also fictional. I mean, if they're hating on Batman, they've got to use a fictional example as to why he's bad.
Here's an idea. Maybe people who oppose tax hikes on upper classes do so because they think it's a principled decision to do so, and that it's wrong to punish people just because they're more successful than you. Have you considered that for a second?
No, they're being oppressed. The simple fact...
Sorry.
The simple fact is that no good person can become a billionaire.
Oh, God.
Anyone possessed of a moral compass cannot stand by and watch the suffering of children.
You're only saying this because you're not poor. Because you're poorer than the billionaires.
yeah, I was gonna say you're not a billionaire, is what you meant.
Yes, that's what I meant. Thank you, Quiz, for correcting me.
You're welcome.
But you're only saying this because you're poorer than the rich people. This happens every fucking time. Every fucking time a socialist opens his mouth, and if he happens to get rich by chance, suddenly the problem goes away. It is so unbelievably self-centered. It is such a self-centered argument to make. It is so disingenuous. You're full of shit. You unbelievable sack of shit.
So Jack's a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone possessed of a moral compass cannot stand by and watch the suffering of children, the elderly, the homeless, or anyone
possessing a moral compass wouldn't listen to your sick ass, you piece of shit. Sorry.
Or any other group while holding the power to make a meaningful change. A person can only become a billionaire if they are the kind of sociopath that can observe preventable suffering and coldly stand by and refuse to offer aid. One of the most glaring examples of insane wealth propaganda comes in the form of the comic book character Batman. Batman is the crime-fighting alter ego of billionaire Bruce Wayne. The comic presents...
Right?
Yeah. The comic presents the message that the only way to stop crime is through a brutal, militarized police force. In reality, Bruce Wayne would have greater success achieving his objectives if he used his vast wealth to open schools in impoverished areas.
Oh,
he does. No. He not only this just proves that this person knows nothing about the comic books. The character Bruce Wayne, not only does he open schools and open clinics, he has his father Thomas Wayne opened a free clinic in Crime Alley, the place where he was murdered. And Bruce Wayne still keeps it up to this day for his memory and trying to help the impoverished people of Crime Alley. Not only that, Bruce Wayne dedicates a lot of his wealth to helping the disenfranchised within Gotham City. That is a regular and very easily seen fact of the character. In fact, actually, Bruce Wayne is talking about militarization of the police. Bruce Wayne and Batman fights against the militarization of the police because the police within Gotham City, who are already militarized, are corrupt. They fight for the crime lords. The Falcones and the oh god, I can remember the other big crime family now that I'm I'm heated. But they had the before Commissioner Gordon got made to be the commissioner of the police. He was just I think a lieutenant. The commissioner that preceded him, Commissioner Loeb, was straight up just in Falcone's pocket. And the police, on the other hand, being corrupt like that, let the mobsters go and oppress the people of Gotham. Batman stopped the police state from happening within Gotham City.
Not only that, but you can't even, this person can't even claim that they didn't read the comic books and that's why they didn't know. He was a philanthropist in the movies too.
Yeah.
He's a philanthropist in all the forms of media. So this person just doesn't know shit about Batman.
Now, clearly you're just being racist.
That's right. Okay.
The simple fact is that the crime Batman fights is largely a direct consequence of Bruce Wayne's own immoral choices. You shouldn't call someone a hero for putting out the fires they themselves started.
Oh, Evolved Potato. Thank you. Maroney. Yeah.
Let's see. The second you make any kind of statement pointing out the injustices of wealth inequality, representatives of the elite class will start screaming they are the victims of class warfare. However, the only class war that truly exists is the one the rich constantly wage on the poor. Nobody ever screams class warfare when uninformed jerks on social media spread offensive and inaccurate memes about impoverished people who can only survive through programs like welfare.
You know what? This person is putting out a lot of statements that sound like they were just sort of like made up. I'm pretty sure that this person has like a fictitious version of Earth in their mind that is that is about as real as the actual Batman comics. And they just sort of imagine all of these things happening in real life, and they go online and they rant about their imaginings, even though they have no real connection to reality. This person probably doesn't even know what a meme is. They probably just heard the meme that evil right-wing people use memes, and they're like, oh well the memes must reflect poorly on inequality and the disenfranchisement Batman.
Well, the author seems to go on some digressions, so I'm going to stick to the Batman parts. Make no mistake about it, Batman is a symbol of tyrannical control.
Really now?
Yeah. When we sit in the comfort of an air-conditioned theater, it's easy to be caught up in the thrill of the heroic crime fighter using a highly technological vehicle to undo the plan of a nefarious supervillain. However, it's prudent to pause and recognize that while the supervillain doesn't exist in reality, the militarized vehicles actually do. Batman...
Yeah, because I see police driving around in tanks all the time.
Yeah, the Batmobile is totally a real thing that has the same functionality as it does in all the movies. It has the big flaming jet that goes out the back, and like it makes you go at 100 miles an hour, and
it could go up walls like in Batman Forever.
Yeah, and it can like turn from a tank into like a motorcycle. And it's totally real. It's totally real.
Hell, I want to be a cop if I can ride those. Batman films condition us to see an object of oppression as a force of good. But what happens in real life when vehicles like that are deployed in your neighborhood? There is no Joker to be the focus of their attention. Instead, there exists only the very real possibility that these death machines will be coming after your children. Won't somebody think of the children?
I was gonna say, somebody please think of the children.
That makes no sense. You're living in the world of fantasy.
I think the only Batman movie this person has seen is Dawn of Justice, where they see like the hyper murderous Batman.
This puts me in mind of like that old political ad from the 1980s, which has like the atomic bomb blowing up, and it shows like all the children. And does anyone know the one that I'm talking about?
The one with like a little girl like picking a flower or something.
Yeah, something like that. And it's kind of known for being one of those for being like one of the most over the top political ads of all time. Sort of like the "Don't Tread on Me" truck chasing after the specifically diverse children. I think that
ad's hilarious.
Yeah, that ad's fucking hilarious. But I think that's what this person thinks reality is like. I think that person watches those ads 24 hours a day, and they are convinced like this is Plato's allegory of the cave. They're convinced that this is what reality is just evil racists chasing down diverse children all day. And that is the formation of this article is just absolute hyperbole, like concentrated pure hyperbole, collapsing in on itself like a dying star.
I think everything checks out so far.
Yeah, I see the place Batmobiles all the time.
Yeah. The fact that there are so many news stories about fatal police interactions are a testament to this reality.
They're all getting killed by the car too. You don't see a single one, standing on someone's neck, shooting them. No, it's always the car. Hey, she's the one that brought it up.
Get a batarang in your neck and you say, "I can't breathe." According to the Urban Institute in 2017, American state and local governments spent $115 billion on policing. If you add in the cost of incarcerating the people police arrest, the total comes out to $194 billion. On average...
You have no right. Where do you get the fucking nerve to complain about out-of-control spending, you socialist sack of shit?
Yeah, but spent on policing, which is scary and bad.
Yeah, they need that money for fucking Pakistani gender studies.
On average, a city spends $354 on police for every citizen, unless you live in D.C. or New York, where those numbers shoot up above 900 and 500 respectively. Let's see.
Well, you know what that means. This person needs to pay their fucking parking tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, and here they go on to the Joker film. The ad campaign for
Yes, no, the Joker film.
Let's slander that some more.
Let's hear what Zoe Quinn has to say. Okay, yeah, let's go.
The ad campaign for Joker teased that the film might engage the issue of wealth tyranny. Tyranny. But instead elected the safer route of exploiting the mentally handicapped.
Oh, just like the entire subplot of the movie, the reason why all of the people were rallying for to help Arthur Fleck was because of the bad publicity of the Waynes. Okay, yeah. We're just going to completely ignore that, and it's all about mental health. Got it. Okay.
Well, how about this? How about the movie isn't there to support your fucking agenda, even if it was just about mental health? Are you complaining that a movie about mental health exists? Fuck you, you dumb asshole.
The film implies that Joker is the illegitimate child of Thomas Wayne, who leveraged his personal power to have Joker's mother committed rather than deal with his responsibilities, thus leading to Joker's insanity. Alas, the film abandoned this plot direction in the final act. It's a shame because the abandoned storyline is the exact type of oppression that is commonplace in our society. Rich people do exploit and yes,
Rich people have regular illegitimate children and refuse to
yeah, it's a
take
problem that we
responsibility.
need.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
problem we need to look at.
Gotcha.
Rich people do exploit and discard women and then leverage their power to have them dismissed as lunatics.
Do they
Given-
now?
Yeah,
Citation needed.
it says right there in the
I'm
article.
reading the citation.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. This is this person's fictitious world that we're reading.
I see no reason to disbelieve them.
It
okay.
is essentially one giant reckon. I reckon this. I reckon that. You have no evidence. You have no real life examples. You're just going off of some weird, bizarre pop culture, TV tropes, fetish fuel.
So, Jack, would you say this is the racial reckoning then?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. The racial reckoning. That's true.
Mm.
Giving voice to the victims of such oppression is long overdue. But you can't expect a Hollywood film to be that kind of champion, because they fundamentally benefit from the existing oppressive system. Their courage extends as far as...
And yet they're the ones that champion the people who sing "Imagine" for all of the disenfranchised due to COVID. Okay, yeah.
Do you have any idea how many people were helped by that singing?
I it blows my mind every day.
Yes.
There were dozens of them. Dozens.
It's incalculable.
Imagine all the people.
It's incalculable. Let's see. Their courage extends as far as dabbling with the idea only to eventually capitulate and contribute to the false narrative of benevolent wealth.
Yes,
Batman's...
because philanthropy doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. No one's ever done it ever.
Yes. And if you're going to be philanthropic, you have to give off all of your wealth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why they invented a word for philanthropy, to describe something that doesn't exist.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of words for things that don't exist, so it's not really the best argument. But
Yeah, like intelligent socialist.
well, I mean, even just simple like dragon or unicorn, like we have words for things that don't exist. So
Fair enough.
Wait. Dragons and unicorns don't exist?
no, unfortunately not.
However, the crossbreed of both of them, the Dragacorn.
Mhm.
I don't need a minute. Terry just shattered my world. Anyway.
Damn it, Terry.
I will quiz, if it makes you feel any better, they are more real than anything this author has said so far.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Batman's alter ego is entitled billionaire Bruce Wayne, who routinely succumbs to a personal psychosis to prowl the streets at night to torment struggling people and violate civil liberties behind the protection of advanced technology.
Okay, yes, he's a vigilante. You are describing part of it, but he's not oppressing anyone. The only people he is oppressing are people who are committing crimes.
And which race stereotypically commits the most crime? There you go.
No.
Batman's racist.
No, they're not criminals, they're struggling people, Quiz.
Oh.
We watch
Remember,
it in...
remember, common tropes are to be used only if it works in your favor. If it works against your favor, they're not allowed.
Correct.
Yes. We watch it and cheer, somehow not recognizing that this story represents everything that's most reprehensible about true American society. Oh, a society.
Oh, we live in one.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Yes.
But Batman isn't...
We need to have Quiz back every once in a while just to remind us of the society thing.
Yes.
But Batman isn't the only character in this nefarious propaganda campaign. Everything from our schools to our churches to our politics has somehow been corrupted to give credibility to the concept that billionaires are something other than power-hungry sociopaths intent on exploiting and oppressing everyone around them.
Millionaires and billionaires.
No, now it's just billionaires, because he is a
Sorry,
millionaire.
billionaires.
Perhaps at some point, we can endeavor to live in a world where average citizens have enough empathy and education that they do not cheer at the prospect of militarized police beating average, powerless citizens into submission. We aren't going to achieve that society, however, until we start denouncing overt symbols of oppression when we recognize them.
What?
Hashtag cancel Batman.
How did we get? Yeah, how did we get to the point where people keep using the word oppression with little to no actual backing to do so? Does that make sense?
Well,
You know,
it's one of
you
the
see,
many words that
women
doesn't-
are oppressed.
Well, it's one of the many words that doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to be that racist meant that you had hostile thoughts towards a specific race. Now it just means I don't like you. That's it. That's all a racist
I don't
means.
like a lot of people.
No, now-
Apparently, I'm just really racist.
No, now it just means you're white.
They're racist. They're
Oh.
racist, which is why you don't like them.
Oh. I mean, yes, that is true, but
There you go.
And it also means you're white, because only whites can be racist.
No.
Correct.
that's a good point too. Yeah, I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah. So we need to cancel Batman, otherwise society will continue to crumble.
Well, apparently we also need to, to cancel the Joker too. I haven't, we haven't done comic book curation for a little while here, so I'm going to use this opportunity to reiterate a point. Zoe Quinn, hey Zoe, how many people were killed because of the Joker movie? How many people were directly responsible for their death because of you? Mm-hmm. And what about that 7-year-old kid down in Humboldt Park that died because police were in theaters because of people like you? Because of the Joker? Yeah. Seems to me you're doing more harm than good, Zoe.
Really
I think
makes
you're making
you
the
think.
mistake of thinking Zoe Quinn has any consideration for anyone who's not Zoe Quinn. Like
That's very true. Yeah. She doesn't give a shit.
She's a sociopath.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So, I'd like to shill my co-host and guest. Let's see. Jack Gunsky has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel, where he plays games that are not Super Seducer.
And I have still not forgiven him.
Yes.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, get on that. Fix that. Come on.
I know, right?
Wait, is Moon awake?
No.
Moon.
Did he fall asleep again?
Moon.
Moonshock. Moonshock. Wake up,
Moon.
Moonshock.
You there, buddy? Hmm? Come on, champ.
Apparently, we got Joker in the chat channel here.
Okay. Moon fell asleep.
All right. Well, he still has that Twitch channel. All of these are linked in the description, by the way. And let's see. Terry is on Quippers United. He's on Johnny Hellcat's streams.
I'm actually the next 6 minutes. If you don't believe me, go watch his last stream. Compare the voices.
That's right.
I'm exactly the same.
Yes. Similar to Willard Forge being Johnny Hellcat, Terry is also in the next 6 minutes.
Correct.
Yes.
Everyone is everybody. Everything is pointless.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Everything is racist. Everything is sexist. And you have to
Everything
call
is
him.
homophobic, and you've got to point it all out.
And he's on Della Hayes Nights on Minions of the Zoo.
Yep.
And he's on next 6 minutes sober streams on Tuesdays usually.
Yeah.
You mean he is the next 6 minutes on his
Yeah,
super
yeah,
streams.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
that's why I'm on them. I am.
Yeah.
I am 6.
And
I am
Quit.
6, and 6 is me.
anything to shill quiz?
I'm on Minions of the Zoo on Monday nights. I host. I try to be on as much as I can. Hopefully, I'll not have the same issue I've been having, which is an abundance of free time because I lost my job. But we do comic book curation theoretically. And then I'm a regular guest on some other stuff like this right here. I'm trying to do more stuff from my channel too, so stay tuned to that and check out the Inquisitor 8.1 channel.
If you want
Lots of Warhammer stuff.
If you want to link that in the chat, you can go ahead.
Oh, sure.
Let's see. You probably have a wrench. Let's see. All right, and next week, I'm not positive, but we may have Ranting Monkey as our guest.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes. He wasn't able to make it this week, but there's a good chance that he'll be here next week, same time. And
same bat time.
Wait, can you guys hear me finally? Because I just
Yes.
realized I looked over and my fucking mute button's been blinking this whole time.
oh, you
I've been
woke up.
talking to my.
That's a good excuse.
I've been
Yeah.
talking to myself.
Oh yeah, I was muted. Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look, asshole. I had to get my dog needed to go up, so I had to take her out. So I left it on mute. So that was my own fault.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Just rub the sleep from your eyes, champ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, you bastards.
All
They're
right.
assholes. You know that.
And on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
See you, everyone.
Get out.
See ya. And snore.
Take care, everyone.